Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LALATE. The toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm here, you're here. And this is the 6:30 edition, the continuation of Early Morning to LALATE. And in this recording, I was going to go over a little bit more about state and local stimulus, but I found an incredible news article between the two broadcasts that shows us a little bit of a glimpse into what happened last night in the negotiations. So I want to go over that in this video. It's quite interesting because it shows that stimulus checks are not out of the equation, for at least even these people, that Mitt Romney argued for stimulus checks. Really? Where did that come from? That Nancy had a secret conversation with Steve. yeah, don't start winking. I know you're winking over there. And that there is a divisive non-agreement among Democrats whether to include state and local or not. Really quite shocking, but in this recording, if I have time, I'm going to get to that state stimulus that's available for you for rent and for food and for utilities and more. There's a lot to cover. I'm so glad you joined me. I'm giving you breaking details covering last night's second stimulus check negotiations of Pelosi, McConnell, those two other wedges, whatever their names are. But you know my name. This is Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Morning to LALATE. How are you? The toast is toast and the butter is butter. But did you crush the Monday? Guess what? A series of new reports filtering out that I just obtained from last night are really quite fascinating, and I'll go over them, what's happening in those negotiations, what could be happening today. Really quite interesting, and I'll be detailing that. But if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because no one's getting you money right now. Not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. I'm getting you money right now because you need money right now, and ultimately what Congress is doing may not get you money right now. It may be just sort of a confusing waltz. So also like this video, it really helps in the algorithms. Please subscribe and also like the video. Meantime, over there, what are they doing? What are you doing over there? Oh, it's an instant premiere. Every morning, Early Morning to LA features an instant premiere where people can chat and comment about Nancy's hair. Did you have $12 ice cream last night? No, I didn't, but did you have the lobster? Oh, it's delicious. That's probably not what they're chatting about. But, you know, I'm recreating for you. So join me every morning at 6 a.m. and 6:30 now, for an instant premiere on this channel. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news, as you sit here this morning, is that there's really quite shocking developments that came out of last night's negotiations, and now we know a little bit more about what happened earlier Tuesday. We thought that there was much of nothing going on, but actually there was a little bit more. First, there was a secret negotiations that went on between Nancy and Steve Mnuchin for an hour. Drew Hamill, Nancy Pelosi's chief propagandist, I'm sorry, I meant press secretary, is told news off the record that Nancy spoke to Steve Mnuchin for an hour yesterday to express her position. And her position was that weaves are better than extensions. Now, her position was that state and local needs to stay in there, and that state and local needs to go bigger. State and local, state and local, state and local. It's just goodness. So yeah, that's actually what she talked about. She talked about state and local. The reason I bring that up is very important, is that the problem creators, what they did the day before, is they split these bills into two bills. One is just relief, and the other one is liability insurance and state and local. Good idea or bad idea? Well, Mitch thought it was okay. He said it's okay if you give up your state and local. But what did the Democrats say? Well, earlier we heard Chuck Schumer saying, no, I'm not giving up state and local, and I'm not reducing state and local. I need state and local, state and local. Nancy apparently blew a lid, and so no, I'm going higher on state and local. I'm not giving up state and local for now. But then the problem creators are like, well, you can have this second bill in January. We're just not doing this bill now. And they said, oh, okay, that's fine. And the answer's like, no, that's not fine. Now, it's interesting, as we learned yesterday, that Democrats were not happy with Nancy Pelosi's negotiations this week. Sound familiar. So apparently they're having an issue with top Democrats, and we actually have names. I didn't bring them on set. They actually said, no, we could take out state and local for now. We'll take care of it in January. So if you're taking out state and local, what's that extra money going to be used for? Yeah, just one guess. Just one guess. Mitt Romney said it yesterday. He apparently also told news that throughout the day he was working both sides of the aisle at Waffle House in Congress, both Republicans and Democrats, to get stimulus checks in there. But apparently in the chats with them, it made them very nervous. Oh my goodness, if you talk to Nancy Pelosi that hairstyle, you don't get nervous, then why is the stimulus check in you're nervous? He said the issue is that that stimulus checks cost $300 billion. Like, we don't know that. I've only said that on this channel like for 500 years. $300 million for stimulus checks. And he says, well, we're going to add $300 billion to this bill again. Why are we adding $300 billion when we got to have so much money for airlines and hotels? They got to be taken care of. We don't need to be taking care of homeless people on the street. That's just too much money. It's too expensive for us. That's actually what he said, basically. Just eliminate the homeless part. But what he did say is that if you take out state and local, then we can send out a stimulus check. Oh my God. This is like July all over again. Gavin Newsom is holding up America's stimulus check. It's literally that situation. Gavin Newsom and Andrew Cuomo, the bailout of Gavin and Andrew is holding up the Americans' stimulus check. Can someone just write Gavin Newsom and say, Gavin, can you just tell Nancy just to give up on state and local so we can have a darn stimulus check? I mean, let me go over the latest list of states that are sending out stimulus checks or have sent out stimulus checks. Minnesota, Maine, Colorado, New Mexico, Oregon, North Carolina, Houston, Texas, Pennsylvania, and then parts of Florida. Do you hear a stimulus check from California? I don't hear one. So what has California done? Done a rent stimulus? No, no. Utility stimulus? Well, some of the utility companies have done it. But how about the state? No. So why are we bailing out California when California ain't giving us anything? Here's a kid in LA saying this to you with the channel called LALATE. I'm saying, listen, the governor of California is holding up the entire country's stimulus check. It's insane. It really is insane. We're waiting to bail out state and local, which is really bailing out Andrew Cuomo. Gavin Cuomo, or Andrew Newsom. You know, what are we doing here? You see all these other states that we're not bailing out. They're sending out stimulus checks. It just doesn't make any sense. And that's why some Democrats are like, enough is enough. Take care of this in January. Now, what's important to understand is that the news articles late last night, early this morning, now suggest that a vote in the House will happen on Wednesday. I told you that it would be on Wednesday. I told you it'd be on Wednesday. You know why it's on Wednesday. You know what happens on Thursday. Just drop in the comments what you think is going to happen on Thursday. You know exactly what's going to happen on Thursday. Nancy goes on vacation again. Every Thursday, Nancy leaves for the 3-day weekend or the 4-day weekend, or whatever it is. You know, she has to have everything done by Wednesday night at 5 o'clock because the plane is on the tarmac waiting for me with the limo. I gotta get out of here. I can't stay in this town more than 4 hours of work. Then she's gone. I'm not exaggerating, actually. So what will happen with your stimulus check today? Well, ultimately, you're going to see a lot of... And I don't want you to get revved up about it because you're going to see stuff in the House that may not make you happy. And ultimately, every single news article that I read yesterday that talked about what's going on, talked about, well, but when it lands in the House, when it lands in the House, guess what's happening in the House? All the articles talked about that that Bernie Sanders and Josh Hawley are ready to checkmate it in the House because there's no stimulus check in there. You know, Mitt, I think you should spend a little more time trying to spend the extra $300 billion. Of course, viewers are going to always ask in the comments, and I got to say it every time, like it's because there's a concern it's going to disappear. Why not repurpose the CARES Act 1 money? There's $800 billion of CARES Act 1 with the hands to the side. There's $800 billion of CARES Act 1 money at SBA repurposed as a stimulus check. Why don't they do that? I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it's up there with the people that say, we can't take care of a stimulus check. We're bailing out hotels. I'm so sorry. We're too busy to help you at the moment. We're bailing out airlines so that they can charge you $500 baggage check-in fees. It's just, I don't know what's going on with this country. It's just wacko. And there was one, major broadcast news business channel, which I adore, so I'm not going to name the name, yesterday booked one of the most famous economists ever. And he said, it's important we do this because we need to help businesses. Businesses need help, and businesses need help. Okay, this was a trillionaire talking about businesses. It would be nice once in a blue moon that a trillionaire talks about people becoming homeless. Do they just not have souls? Do they sort of forget about the whole narrative after a certain point in life? Anyway, let's turn back to your states. There is some time to go over the states, so I want to do that right now. So states are giving stimulus, whether it is extended benefits, which is great, extended PUA in Hawaii and Illinois. Congratulations. Reports say it may include New Jersey and New York. I haven't been able to check on that. Some of the viewers say that, so that's really great news. Then, what about everything else? Well, rent stimulus is being offered across different places. So there's rent stimulus from your state in County of San Diego, City of Harrisburg, PA, City of Houston, City of Nashville, City of Atlanta, City of New York, State of New York. And then counties across Georgia like Gwyneth and DeKalb. Really, just really, really good news. You got to apply for this. This is $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. And there's others. There's others out there. Now, you may have heard, okay, well, what about utility stimulus? Well, there's utility stimulus across the board. Most of your utility companies are are offering utility stimulus. But if you watch this channel, you're like, I looked at the city, I looked at the county, I looked at the state, I can't find anything. Where do I go? Well, here are some of the other places where viewers have gotten rent paid. So get out a pen and paper, and I'll go a little bit slow if I can. You know me, I always speed up. Mississippi, viewers got rent paid by Mercy House, Home Saver, Salvation Army, MSDHDA Electrical, Eviction Diversion. My penmanship, that's an electrical. In Rhode Island, viewers got paid by Crossroads, and they also got paid by Rhode Island Housing Authority. In Indiana, they got paid by IndianaHousingNow.org, and they also found rent through 211. In Las Vegas, they got paid rent from Clark County Services. In Kentucky, they got utility paid by Community Action. In Pennsylvania, they got rent paid by United Way. They got paid rent by One Shot in New York. In Michigan, they got paid rent by Salvation Army. In Arizona, they got paid rent by New Leaf. In Georgia, they got paid rent by United Way. They got heating paid by HEAP. They found rent in Delaware from 211 and in Texas from 211. And in El Paso, they got rent paid by Project Bravo. In Texas, they got paid rent by St. Mary Magdalene. They got rent paid in Kentucky by Community Ministries. They got paid rent in New Jersey by United Way. They got paid rent by Community Action, Ohio. They got paid rent in Massachusetts for Interfaith Services. They got paid rent in Phoenix by TCDC. And they got rent paid in New Jersey by United Way. Meantime, Alabama, 211, and Delaware, upwards of $10,000 in rent. Lord. Now, these following organizations are also paying for rent, utilities, and gifts across different places, across state lines. Those are United Way, Salvation Army, Community Action, Children's Charities, Catholic Charities, and St. Vincent de Paul. Gifts are being offered by Toys for Tots, Children's Charities, United Way, and Salvation Army. If you have questions in today's video or have comments about how to reach a volunteer, go to the community page. Community page is at news.lalate.com/community. That's news.lalate.com/community. There you can reach out to a volunteer, whether they're on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. They're there to help you find this relief, and they're doing incredible jobs, getting thousands of dollars by the day for viewers who can't find it themselves. So reach out to them. They're there to help. If you have questions or comments in today's video, drop in the comments below. I'd love to feature them in tomorrow's recording. And meantime, go don't. What is it? Don't miss Mornings LALATE at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll have a big update today about what happened in Congress, what happened with those negotiations, and what can happen throughout the day with that anticipated vote in the House in Wednesday and the vote in the Senate on potentially Friday. With that, as always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay in LA for more.